Hey guys, here's the video in case you had to leave the meeting or if you missed the meeting this morning. I realized that it is my computer as well as my internet, I believe, that are causing issues because when I logged in on my phone to the meeting, there were no problems at all. So that's what I'm going to try and do from now on is go in on my phone. So that way it'll be easier for you to hear me. So we went over the worksheet for tomorrow because I thought that that one was a little bit more difficult than the nouns worksheet that you have assigned for today. So this is the worksheet for today. It's the nouns. What you're going to do is you're going to color in just the nouns, not the verbs. So only the people, places, or things, and make a path from the boy to the bubble gum machine at the bottom. So for example, there's the word hop. Even though he could go that way, we don't want to color hop because it's a verb and not a noun. It's an action. So that's what you're going to do for today. And then for tomorrow, and if you would like to do it today, that's fine. You can send it and I'll give you credit for doing it today. For tomorrow, we're going to work on the CVC Scoops ABC Order activity. And we've done ABC Order before, but it's a little bit more complicated. So I wanted to go over it with you. So here, all of the words on the ice cream scoops, because I've already cut them off, and now I have to cut them out. But all of them have the same word family of op. But they all start with a different first letter. And that's what we have to focus on when we're deciding which one goes first. So I'm going to take a second and I'm going to cut all of these out. And then I'm going to look at only the first letter because in this particular example, all of the ending sounds, the middle and end, are the same. And we learned about that earlier this week and last week about changing just certain sounds in our words. So we want to see what comes next in the alphabet. And when we say our alphabet, like I did in the meeting, and I know it was a little hard to hear, I'm going to go over the alphabet. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So I'll write it out. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And if you need to write it out to help you, you can do that. You could write it on a piece of paper and look at where the letters are in the alphabet because sometimes we forget when we're saying it in our head. So if we have it written out for us, it'll be a little bit easier to solve. So we're looking at the beginning letters, and I just lost where I cut them out. Oh, they were sitting on top, and I didn't see them. Okay, so I'm going to look at my pieces. They've already done the first one for us, which is bop. So we don't get confused. They want us to now write bop on the line for number 1. So you're going to write B-O-P. And mine's a little sloppy. You want to make sure it's inside the lines and your O should not go below like mine does. And then I need to figure out, is hop going to come next? Sop, cop, or mop? And again, I've underlined the first letters because those are what we're looking at. So the letters that they have given us are C, H, M, S. I think that's it. C, H, M, S. Yep. C, H, M, S. So if I'm looking at my alphabet, I want to see which of those letters comes first. And I see that it's C. So I'm going to find the word that starts with a C. And that word is cop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm going to find the word cop. And I'm going to glue it, put a little bit of glue on my paper, and I'm going to glue it in the second box. And then I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to write it for number 2 on the lines. C-O-P. Cop. Now, the next one, for the first 2, it went directly in order for alphabetical. C comes directly after B. But it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes you have to find one word that has a letter that comes next, but it may not be directly after that letter. So, for example, we don't have the next letter in the alphabet, D. We don't have a word that starts with D. So I have to look and see which is next in the letters that we do have, H, M, or S. And the next one is H. So I'm going to find the word that has H-O-P. Hop. So I'm going to find hop, and I'm going to glue it in the third box. And then I'm going to write it on the line for number 3. H-O-P. And I use markers so that way you can see it a little better. But it's best for you to not use a marker, but to use a pencil instead. So in case you make a mistake, we know we can't erase marker or crayon, but we can erase a pencil if we make a mistake. And we want to make sure we're taking our time and writing neatly. So now we have to look at the last 2 words that we have. There are 3 spaces on the lines, and that is because we have to write the last one as the one that was on the ice cream cone. So we have 2 letters. We have M and we have S. And when we look at the alphabet, we see that M comes next. So we have 1, or let me see this. We have 1 for B, 2 for C, 3 for H, 4 for M, mop. So I'm going to find mop. And I'm going to look and see, is this mop or is this mop? So this would be S-A-P. So that's not mop. Is this mop? M-A-P. Yes, it is mop. So I'm going to glue that underneath hop. And then I'm going to write it for number 4. A little bit of glue. Glue it down and write mop. And when I write, I only use the middle and bottom lines, and the P will go below the line, but I don't go all the way up to the top like I did with my B and my H. And remember, I didn't use an uppercase B or an uppercase M or H or C. I'm using lowercase letters because these are not names of people, and that's where we're going to use an uppercase letter. And you most of the time will never see, not always, but usually will never see an uppercase letter in the middle of a word unless it's a specific name, because there are a couple names that have that. So then we have top at the bottom, so we don't really have to look at the T, but we're left with S and T, and S comes next. So I'm going to put S as number 5 and T as number 6. And we know that sop was our word that started with S. So I'm going to glue that as my last piece under mop on the ice cream cone, my last scoop. And then I'm going to write the 2 last words, because we still have to write the bottom word onto the lines. So I'm going to write sop, S-O-P, and then top for number 6, T-O-P. So this is what your worksheet will look like. You've cut out all of the scoops and glued them in order, and then you've written them in the correct order. And you can underline the first letters if you would like. And in first grade, we're going to have more complex words where the ending may not be the same. The middle and end may not be the same, but the first letter might be the same. So that would mean that we can't look at the first letter. We have to go to the second letter and look at it. And sometimes you might be going back and forth. But that's a lot more complicated. So we're not focusing on that. That's why we got a more simple worksheet that had just the first letters here. So I just want you to see that when you learn something, you're not just using it one time and then never using it again. Each skill builds on another. It's like a building. You have to have the foundation, the bottom of a building before you can get to the top. Without the bottom, the top will fall. So we have to learn the basics of the skill of learning how to do alphabetical order, ABC order, before we can go to the more advanced and complex ones. So hopefully this helped you to do this worksheet. Again, this is not until Thursday, so if you don't turn it in until tomorrow, that's okay. But it should be pretty easy since I walked you through it step by step with this video, and if you were in the meeting during the meeting. But if you do need help, or if you're still a little confused and you want to do some more practice with different examples, you can join me for office hours. Or if you just want to have some more practice, you can email me and I can try, or message me and I will try my best to get you some more practice with this. And based on what I see, we may have some more practice with this next week for our assignments. Because again, this is not something we're doing once and then never seeing again. We've already done it a few times this year, and we're going to continue to keep doing it throughout your time in school, in kindergarten and first grade and second grade and third grade and so on. And it just will get harder and harder. And if you don't understand it now, you're going to have a lot more trouble when you get older. So it's most important to learn as much as you can in kindergarten, so that way you have the skills to build on moving forward. So join me for office hours if you need help, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Bye.